Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. I want to give you some information about an incident that happened this morning. I want to preface this by this is preliminary information which could change depending on the investigation, but this is what we know right now. This morning around 2:14 a.m., we received a call from 3090 Barbara Lane in the Hilliard area in reference to a domestic situation involving a 47-year-old female who was threatening to kill herself by cutting herself with a knife. Deputies were told she had stormed out of the house and she was somewhere on the property. When deputies arrived, they started to search around the property for the suspect. It's very dark in that area during this time, and the property has several trees and heavy thick bushes and palmettos where she could easily hide. At one point, the deputies could hear her moving around, but then she got silent and they couldn't exactly pinpoint her location. One of the deputies retrieved his night vision goggles and located her in some thick brush and palmetto bushes on the other side of a driveway leading into the property, just off Barbara Lane. Deputies tried to talk to her and get her to come out peacefully, but she wouldn't, saying she had nothing to live for and they would have to shoot her. One of the deputies pulled back some bushes so they could see her a little bit better through the thick brush with their flashlights and noticed that she had a dark-barreled rifle in her hands. So they backed up. She eventually stuck the barrel in her mouth and stated they will have to do it. The deputies again tried to get her to give up peacefully, but she appeared to point the weapon in the direction of a deputy, and he shot one time, striking her. She died at the scene. As it turns out, the weapon she had was a BB-style rifle. However, it looked like a real rifle in the dark. Unfortunately, it's apparent she wanted deputies to shoot her by her statements and by her actions. Deputy Christian Kofer was the deputy who shot her. He has been with NCSO since November 2015, so right at 7 years, and this is his first deputy-involved shooting. The suspect was Donna Dale, 47 years old, white female from Hilliard. FDLE and the State Attorney's Office were notified and responded to the scene to conduct an independent investigation of the shooting. The deputy will be off on administrative leave for a few days until he is cleared to come back to work. She was also involved in a one-car crash around 9:15 p.m. Tuesday evening on State Road 200 near Brady Point Road outside of Fernandina Beach, where the vehicle she was driving was traveling westbound on State Road 200, veered off the road into a tree line, and struck a tree and several bushes, damaging the vehicle. No injuries were reported. She was cited for careless driving, and the vehicle was towed back to her house. We also responded to the same residence about a month ago in reference to a domestic incident where deputies had to tase and Baker Act the same individual who clearly had issues. At that time, she had made statements to her family members that she wanted to die. When the responding deputy made contact with her, she grabbed a pair of scissors and raised them in an aggressive manner, yelling at her father. It was at that point she was tased and placed into handcuffs. The deputy who responded determined, without proper treatment, she would cause great bodily harm to herself, so she was placed under Baker Act and transported to Shands downtown by Nassau County Fire Rescue. That's a limited amount of information I can give you. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to try to answer them, but just understand, not a lot more than this that I can tell you.
Sheriff Weaver, even given the time of night, early morning that the incident was called in, what's protocol with the department in terms of mental health situation and possibly bringing in outside resources or a therapist of some type to deal with these incidences?
Well, during this time, it's an emergency situation. You have someone trying to kill themselves. You don't know what's going through their mind, so you have to respond to see if you can take care of the situation. This was a dangerous situation to put any civilian in, so the deputies were there to take care of the situation as best they could.
Are you all keeping track, or is it something that can be done in the future as far as if you've already been to that house or if you know
It's hard to say what's going through people's minds when you respond to situations like this. Deputies have to protect themselves, and that's what they were doing. She put them in that position. Um, so, what can be done, I don't know. But when we're called, we respond to try to handle the situation best we can. If we have time to get other resources involved, we will do that. But this was not that situation.
And the family also let us know in regards to a situation with law enforcement on Tuesday. They said that it was communicated to an officer or whoever responded, a deputy, that she made threats, wanted to kill herself. Can you confirm any of that? Because the family wants to know why wasn't she Baker acted then or arrested then and maybe put in jail. They're thinking maybe that could have prevented this from happening. Maybe she would still be alive.
Well, the Baker Act, the deputy has to observe some type of behavior to make him or her think that they're in immediate danger and they need to take action. If she made any statements at that crash scene, the deputy would ask her, and she would know, I'm fine. So what do? Take the word of somebody else or someone exactly, I'm talking to you. Are you going to harm yourself? No.
And how's the deputy doing emotionally?
The deputy's fine. Nobody wants to do this. I mean, it's traumatic for everyone. It's unfortunate someone died, but I'm thankful that deputies are not hurt. But it's not something we look forward to doing. But they have to protect themselves, and that's just what he was doing.
Did you all find the knife, or was it just the BB gun?
It's still under investigation as far as what we found, but
And when do we think body camera will be released?
we'll be releasing body camera and the 911 call as soon as we get approval from the state attorney's office. As soon as we do that, we'll release everything. So thank you all for coming. Thank you.
Thank